Betway sponsors Froch'S vs Groves 2 on Sky Sports.
Kugan Cassius, IFL TV, Wembley Stadium here. Post-fight, this is with Froch'S and Groves. What are we seeing there tonight? Great from Carl Froch'S.
Yeah, we saw a great champion put on a great performance. That's exactly what we saw tonight. We saw George Groves in peak condition, great game plan, great execution of that game plan. He just came up against the best Carl Froch'S I've ever seen. He was sharp. He was landing his shots. He was, he was fighting a Carl Froch'S that was on fire, and he just got caught with one big shot, and it was curtains. George can come again. George is 26. He's young. He's fresh. That would have done no damage to him. He didn't take a beating in that fight. He just got hit with one shot. He can come again. It happens. It happens to the greatest fighters in history. Roberto Duran got knocked out with one shot against Thomas Hearns. Lennox Lewis got knocked out with one shot. They come back and they become champion. George can become champion again.
It was a cautious affair in certain aspects of the fight compared to the first.
Yeah.
And how did you have the fight going into the eighth, Dave?
Going into the eighth round, I had Carl Froch'S 1 round up. Yeah. I gave the first 2 rounds even, which means it could have went either way, depending on how the judges saw it. Most judges don't score even rounds. But I had Carl going in 1 up going into that round. I had George winning that round conclusively. So if Carl would have knocked out George, I would have had it even at that point at the end of the 8th round. It was neck and neck. It was a tough, close, hard-fought battle. But in boxing, you need the equaliser, and Carl Froch'S can pull that out. The cream, as they say, rises to the top, and Carl is a great champion and deserving of all the accolades that he's getting.
James DeGale also won tonight to put himself into a manager position for that title. Do you see Froch'S DeGale happening?
No, I don't see that fight happening.
No.
I'm not really that interested in that fight, to be honest. What I'd like Carl to do is do what he wants to do, and what he wants to do is fight in Vegas. You can't top this. You can't top this fight against George Groves. James DeGale fighting Carl Froch'S. Can't top this. The reason why Carl Froch'S and George Groves did so well is because it was needled. There was a history. There's no history between Carl and DeGale. It's just a fight, a mandatory fight. So it won't be as big by any stretch. So the only thing that could top this is a big fight in the States, a big pay-per-view fights in the States with Chavez Jr. A great fighter in his own right. And I think Carl Froch'S knocks out Chavez Jr.
Okay. Just finally, there's still big fights out there for George Groves as well, David.
Loads of fights. I 100% well and truly believe George Groves will become world champion. It wasn't meant to be tonight. It might have been last time. If George would have performed like he did tonight, the first time round, he would have won the fight. I'm pretty confident of that, because he fought an under par Carl Froch'S. This time round, he fought the best of the best. And George can come back, no doubt about it. He's a great fighter. He's a great guy. He's got big heart. He learns his lessons. He comes back. He trains harder than anybody I know, and he'll make the adjustments required, and he'll be back. So George Groves will have a world title bout ready. What I see happening is Carl Froch'S vacating his IBF title. I have DeGale beating whoever they put in front of him for the vacant title, and I see George Groves, James DeGale for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And I believe that will be a big fight. That's the next.
That would be
fight.
An interesting situation.
Very interesting. George is beating DeGale. Close fight, but George won. George has got the victory over DeGale, and George has come along technically and physically. So I'll make that a very, very interesting fight for sure.
Okay. Don't want to talk about anything else, do you?
Like what?
No, I'm just saying. Don't want to talk about anything else.
Tonight's about George Groves.
No. But while you're here.
This was a big night. I'll have nights in the future to talk about. At the moment, I'm here
that's
to
all
celebrate.
we wanted to know.
I'm here to...
David, that's all we wanted to know. Okay. Say no more.
Okay.
That's all we wanted to know.
If I was a betting man, I'd bet that I'd fight in September, October.
Hurry up and get back.
Okay, we'll do. I'm going to go for a run now. I'm pumped.
Kugan Cassius, David Haye, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Betway sponsors Froch'S vs Groves 2 on Sky Sports.